Good. Well, I'm really excited today. You know why, Paul?
Why is that?
Because in studio we have Marla Stone. I'm going to talk about Marla, but welcome, Marla.
Thank you very much, John. It's nice to be here.
Yes. Let me tell you a little bit about Marla. She is the owner of Ideal Lifestyle. She is an incredible business lifestyle coach who specializes in professional organizing services, decor, and feng shui for your home and your business, Paul.
Wow.
It's incredible because businesses need organizing, right, Marla?
Well, they don't need organizing, but they want it.
They want, and we're going to talk all about that needs and wants. But let me finish this. She's not just a plain organizer. Listen to this, Paul. She has her master's degree in social work. She has written over 700 blogs. She's smart. I mean, she's very, very smart. And she is well sought after in Orange County. She has also researched how the use of language affects our motivation. Isn't that incredible?
And that fits in perfectly with organizing.
It does. You're going to see how. So welcome, Marla.
Thank you.
Wasn't she an actress too or something?
And an actress. She is multifaceted.
She was telling us how she acted with Buddy Ebsen in the day or something. Yeah.
She's very multi-talented. So let's start organizing. Okay, you do a lot of stuff. Tell me about organizing and your workshops for businesses. What do you want to start with, Marla?
Well, we help large, small, medium businesses get organized, homes, any space that you want to have easy access to, find the things that you want, the things that are important to you. We categorize everything in your space, then we contain the categories so that they don't smush together on the shelves again. And what we want to have in our spaces are things that are sentimental, things we love, things that we use, and the things that serve a purpose. Anything that's in there that's not in one of those categories, really what's it doing in your real estate?
Because people have a lot of stuff scattered, right?
Well, we love to collect things. We love to have things. But the only problem is most of the time we can't find the things that we want to use. And so we end up going out and purchasing more and more. I mean, I'll walk into a client's home or business and they'll have tons of unopened packages from Amazon. They'll have, things that they've ordered, things that they picked up here and there, thinking that it was going to be used or serve a purpose or just that they loved it. And then they really realize that it's not something in their repertoire.
And so if your home or business needs organizing, and I've seen Marla in action.
Need
it. Oh, that's right. If you want it, or if somebody that loves you wants it for you,
yes,
then you call Marla Stone. And Paul, I've seen Marla in action. It's not about throwing things away, right, Marla? It's about
keeping the things that are serving a purpose.
Right.
That you will use, even if it's once a year. Your turkey platter. You're not going to get rid of your turkey platter. If you have 15 turkey platters, I'm going to ask you what's a reasonable amount of turkey platters for a family of 4.
Right.
And then the things that we love, clothes, decor, shoes, bags, our electronic products. We love those things. And then, of course, sentimental. And sentimental things, we just really don't want to have them go out of our lives. We want to keep those things.
That's right.
And I met Marla before here.
I know. You guys are very popular about town.
Well,
both of you.
She is. I don't know about me, but she was at an event, and I met her, and people introduced me to her and saying great things about it. It was a big Media Alliance event here that she was at.
That was when I retired as a social worker therapist of 17 years.
Let's talk about that.
Yes. Well, I wanted to figure out what I was going to do when I grew up.
Right.
And so the only thing I'd ever done prior to being a therapist social worker was an actress. And so I thought, well, I'm going to join the media group in Orange County. And that is where I met Paul. And so I did get back into acting, and I did about 4 films, 4 commercials, a play in Newport Beach. That was shocking after 30 years of not being on stage. But then I found professional organizing, and that was such a blessing because it allowed me to not only use my background in mental health,
yes,
but also my love for decor and feng shui, which I had thought about going into feng shui. I'd been studying it for about 20 years as a hobby, and then realized I could speak feng shui and actually perform it.
Right.
So professional organizing allowed me to use all my talents. And I still do some acting. I've been in a Henry Jaglom film this past year and the year before. And so it's great to be able to have the choice to do everything I love because the business is good. I've helped over 1,200 clients in the past 5.5 years.
That's incredible. But see, I wanted the audience, and because we're going to talk about Marla's research in language, that she's not just an ordinary organizer. I mean, she has her master's in social work. I mean, and you've worked with people with serious mental challenges, with schizophrenia, the elderly, PTSD, bipolar, right? So when we talk about these things, you are educated. I mean, you were a therapist, right?
Yes, I have a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in social work, and I was a social worker therapist 17 years. And my expertise was in serious mental health challenges such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, PTSD. And I created interventions and theories about how to help people long term even then. And then I transferred those the background and my talent for creating interventions into the world of over accumulating and over collecting and for what we call hoarding disorder, not my favorite term, hoarding, but for people that have serious challenges in managing their belongings.
Right. So, Paul, this isn't just an ordinary person. I mean, this is somebody with education, because these people that do over collect, there are secondary issues, right, Marla, that they have.
Why are you pointing at me, Jeff?
Yeah.
Well, the office, you know what? You got a client over here, Marla.
The studio's a little cluttered,
It's
maybe?
a little cluttered.
Well, I am sure there is decluttering to be done here. And though John is correct, it's not about getting rid of things. My goal when I work with a client is to help them make good decisions about what stays and then what goes. And the things that go are things that don't meet the 4 criteria. Serves a purpose, useful, sentimental, you love it.
You love it. And serving a purpose. That's your keys and toothbrush, things like that.
Your keys, your toothbrush, all this equipment in here that serves a purpose. He also uses it, but there are things here that he may use, but it really doesn't serve a purpose like a piece of equipment.
Right.
So the reason I differentiated used and serves a purpose there are things that you serve a purpose, but you may not use them often, but you're not going to get rid of them. And then there are things that you use and you may not use them often, so you're not going to get rid of them.
Right.
I don't even like the term get rid of.
Oh, right.
I don't use that word at all. Rid is a bad word.
It's negative. It's negative. It means loss, right?
It
it's
does.
Like you're
it
gonna
means
lose.
loss.
Yeah.
So I want people to think very clearly about their objects in a very quick manner because it does cost money to get organized. But it is the best thing, the best gift a person can give themselves in their business, in their homes, in their lives.
So you hear that, folks? If you're at your desk now listening, just kind of look around. Just put in your mind things that you love, things that you use, things that are sentimental, right? Like pictures or,
photos.
And things that serve a purpose. And Marla can help you. And I love it. She'll take again, Paul, I've seen her in action. She'll take an object one by one. She says, tell me about this. And it really gets you thinking about, do you really want it? Does it serve a purpose? Right,
exactly.
Marla?
Exactly. And what category does it belong in?
Right.
I'm not doing this to annoy people. I'm not going through each and every object and saying, tell me about this, tell me about this, tell me about this, to annoy anyone. It's really so that I know which category it will end up in and where it will go. Because the things we use the most stay closest to us, and the things we use the least go furthest from us.
Right. And I wanted to talk about before the needs and wants, which is fascinating, Paul. Wait till you listen to this. I did want to talk about, you work with businesses, right? Because businesses, they want more productivity. How do they get more productive, Marla?
Well, my theory is what causes chronic disorganization is our language. Theorists and researchers are saying it's depression, it's motivation, it's ADD, ADHD, it's being overwhelmed, too many tasks, too many meetings. But really, I have figured it out with my background that our language causes chronic disorganization, or what I call perpetual disorganization. And so my goal when working with businesses and employees is to help them change their language.
Really, and I like this stuff because we all say, and give the audience an example, need. Everybody is need. I need to do this, need to do that. Marla educated me on this. Tell the
Yes.
folks about needs
Well,
and wants.
I need is the most used phrase in human language, I believe.
Yes.
I hear it almost in every sentence. And I got to, or I have to, or I must. I mean,
I should.
I even heard Hillary Clinton during the debate say, we got to do this and we got to do that. And that's just poor English. Trump was saying, we need to do this, we need to do that. And so it's very, very important to understand that needs are only air, food, water, shelter, sleep, elimination, and sunlight, the 7 things that keep us alive. Everything else is a want or a don't want or a will or won't. So it's that simple. But because the original object that we held in our hands was a breast or a bottle
Right.
that was filled with a need,
Yes.
we combine need and object immediately.
Okay.
So we can tend to, if the feeding process was not correct, and this is my theory.
Okay.
If the feeding process during our early childhood was not done properly, then we will form more attachment to that breast and that bottle, therefore having more attachment to objects all throughout our life.